Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up? Big Kirk 916, and you're tuned in to another Prison Talk. We have two tragic situations, two different states, but one is being promoted more on social media than the other. We have a Ukrainian woman from North Carolina who was stabbed on the public transit by a black man who had been arrested at least a dozen times and released. He was homeless, and he just brutally murdered her for no reason. Pulled out a knife and murdered her. And then we have another situation that happened either the same day or within a day of. An illegal immigrant in Baltimore who had previously been arrested threw a black woman off a bridge and killed her. She was only able to be identified by her family by her tattoos.
According to charging documents WJZ Investigates obtained, the suspect, 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez, threw her body off a highway bridge into the South River. She had skull and facial fractures. Her family identified her through tattoos.
At this time, there are no additional suspects. However, this investigation is ongoing.
Thompson, who lived with her dad, disappeared after going out to get gas. She sent him this text.
I should be back soon. I love you too. Good night.
This is another murder that you're not really hearing much.
To the black woman that was thrown off the bridge in Baltimore as what they're giving to the Ukrainian woman that was stabbed by the black homeless guy. The black guy on the public transit. Both of them are tragic. Both women lost their lives, and condolences to the families. But is there a narrative being played out here? Is there an emphasis on one because the woman was from Ukraine and this guy had been in and out of jail multiple times, so now they want to hold the judges accountable for him murdering her? But the illegal, they're not talking about the legal immigrant because they don't want people to think that illegal immigrants are bad. This guy had previously been arrested, should have already been deported. You get an arrest and you're in a foreign country, you lose your citizenship, you're gone. That's how it works. If you're an American, you commit a crime in another country, you're out of there. Why is this guy still in America and then commits this horrific crime, black woman, but they're not talking about it? It's not getting the media coverage. We need to bring attention to this type of bullshit. And it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter the race of the victim or the perpetrator of the crime. You commit a crime, black, white, Mexican, you hurt somebody, black, white, Mexican, Asian, you're going to get blasted all over social media. We're going to talk about you. You're not getting a pass because, this person was going through a hard time. You commit a murder, bro. You're the consequence. And we're not going to play the race card with this bullshit. And that's what they do. I stumbled upon this and I was just thinking, wow, I had seen multiple posts of the Ukrainian situation with the young woman, 22 years old. Very sad. just looking on her phone, man, just sitting there looking on her phone, and this happens. And then you have this guy tossed her off a bridge, and people say crime is down. Now, crime is down. Oh, there's a few less carjackings, a few less murders. The bottom line is, and I've been on the other side, man, and I've been locked up. I had to go do time. It made me say, man, I'm done. These people, see, they sit back and they're like, well, we don't want these people to come to our neighborhoods, the military or the National Guard. What is the solution, man? What are you going to do to make people feel safe? Obviously, there's a moral deterioration of values, which people think like we can just do this and there's no consequence. The one person, we don't know, mental illness or not, you still got to go to jail, man. There's a consequence to it. It doesn't matter. You can't get a pass for a crime because you're mentally ill. You hurt somebody, there's a consequence to it. You know, you're not a victim. And these things need to be addressed, man. People argue with me all the time. You sound like you're for the system. I'm for people being safe. Why, when you go to Japan at night, people, you know, you feel safer. You go to Dubai at night. You go to Thailand at night, you know. Crime still happens, but people fear the consequence. You know, and sometimes you got to learn the hard way. I was hard-headed, man, and I wasn't a bad person, but I made some bad choices. And so people who say, oh, he wasn't a bad kid, I wouldn't, but there's a consequence to your actions. It's not all favorable for the criminal. Where you, oh man, well, you know, you made a mistake. Well, you take somebody's family member, there's a likeliness you can get your life took too. You hurt somebody, there's a likeliness you can get hurt too. You got away with this, but you might get caught for this, and then somebody punishes you for this, and you're like, well, it wasn't. Well, you got to remember that there's a balance of scales and shit adds up. But the race card, they need to take it out of this criminal shit. And it doesn't matter your race. If you do something, you're getting put on blast. We're going to put you on blast over here on Fresh Out. This illegal immigrant, on blast. This black guy who stabbed this Ukrainian woman, on blast. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. You know, people don't want the military, the government in their town, but then they're like, well, you know, are you guys taking, you're not taking care of it. And obviously, the police aren't capable of meeting the needs of the people to secure a safe environment. Criminals feel like, you know, at this point, they can do what they want to do. And if you're a criminal, you don't like me, I'm an ex-criminal, man, look, I don't want my family to be caught up in a situation, and I don't want to have to be out here trying to be Charlie Bronson defending myself. And I'm now, I have a clear conscience. I think there's other ways to live life, man. You shouldn't have to live in fear. You shouldn't have to worry about the bullshit. God bless the right to carry for those who can carry. And man, look, you do something to somebody, you get blasted. That's on you, bro. It don't matter if you were just trying to get away with the watch or whatever. You shouldn't have violated somebody. That's the cost of doing business. Big Kirk 916, prison.